All right. Let us get
All right,
going.
all right, all right.
Yeah.
All right,
Blaylock, you've disappeared.
I'm still there.
I don't see you.
Zoom doesn't think so.
No.
I mean, what? Did I
How?
get booted
We
from
don't
Zoom?
see you.
No, we just see your
Your
background.
background's lagging out.
You're
Oh.
hiding behind your background.
No, it's because I'm not at my background. I'm going to get my
Oh.
monitor.
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
liar!
welcome.
Hi, how you doing? I'm Blaylock. I'll be your resident Minotaur today.
All
Sure,
right.
just-
All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. It's Monday. We've been looking forward to this. At least I have.
All about that D&D.
All week
Since Monday.
since last Monday. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
since
real.
like 9:59 Eastern.
And our goal today is not to die.
As it
Yep.
is every day. Good
Yep.
luck.
I want
May
to
the
make it to
odds
town to
be
get more
ever in
free
your
stuff.
favor. Yeah, sorry for those watching on YouTube. I still can't stream to Facebook because Mixer's still broken with Restream. So hopefully we get that fixed soon. Still waiting.
Wait, did you apologize to those that are watching it on YouTube, to the people on Facebook?
Yeah, because some people like that would watch it live on Facebook may have to go watch it on YouTube now, so they can't watch it
Oh.
live.
Oh.
So
I see.
yeah, there's a method to the madness.
There is.
Maybe. Anyways, where do we leave off? So when we last picked up from the last session, the party, after an errant shot into the
We left off with Zoramir. Is that you?
the canyon, as it collapsed on top of the party, they ran for their lives. Some barely making it out alive, and some dramatic moments of recovering them from the stone, and worked their way back to the Knoll camp, where they presented the gifts that were chosen by the Huntress to Elder Mad Eye. And she concocted a foul-smelling brew for the party, and they all partook in their brew and fell into a deep sleep, all of them drifting into dark dreams and nightmares. And they all woke up together. And one moment.
Oh, chicka, wow.
Waking up in the tent. You all sit up in your beds.
Mother.
It's comfortable. The fur and the padding, not what you're used to. The fire in the center of the room slowly crackles as wisps of incense fill the tent with a sweet-smelling aroma. The tent is dark. It's dark of night, permeates the surroundings. You hear a slight voice right outside your tent. A familiar voice. You're all currently awake. Except for that guy who's on a motorcycle.
Scar. Scar. Who is out there?
Do we know? You said it was a familiar voice. We should all
yeah.
know, right?
It sounds like the elder.
Can we make out what? Well, can I make out what she's saying?
It's very quiet. It seems almost mumbling, like a rapid mumbling.
Does it sound like she's talking to somebody?
From what you can tell, it's just mumbling.
Sounds
I'm gonna-
like the elder.
I'm gonna walk up quietly to the edge of the tent on the inside, see if I can't make out what she's saying.
Okay. So you kind of walk up to the edge of the tent, peel back the tent flap, and look out, and you see there, not far from a fire that's set outside of the tent, Elder Mad Eye sitting there, kind of cross-legged, head up in the air, staring into the sky. Uh, it just seems like muttering. Like it doesn't even sound like words.
I'm gonna turn back into the inside of the tent, kind of shrug. I think she's talking to some imaginary friends or something.
Well, why don't we just walk outside?
She's kind of in the zone. I mean, if you want to interrupt her.
I think that would be best.
I'm gonna go ahead and walk on
Go
outside the
out.
tent.
What was that, Scar?
So I gather my stuff and go out of the tent.
Okay. So you all step outside of the tent. You see her sitting there. Her back to you.
I walk up to her.
You walk up to her and face her, and you notice her eyes are a solid white as she stares into the sky and just muttering something. From time to time, you make out a word of just huntress, but nothing else is really understandable.
Are there people walking around? I mean, is there
Not
some
really.
camp
It's
up?
it's pretty late. She seems to be by herself.
Oh, so we didn't wake up in the morning then.
No, it's late night.
Mm.
I'm gonna come out there and sit by her and just listen.
Okay. You sit next to her, and she's not
Just-
even phased.
Yep, just close my eyes and just listen.
What, Nemoria and Zormir, what are you doing?
Almost. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go over and sit down with them too, and just kind of look around, observe what's going on in the camp.
Okay. After you
I'm
watch
gonna
her.
sit.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit about 5 feet away from her, in front of her.
Okay. You sit there for a while and you watch her. The muttering slows down, but her eyes stay the same, that solid color. She begins speaking. Visions you saw in your state. Tell me what you saw. And her head kind of cricks to the side quickly and turns towards Scar. And just pauses.
I fought my inner demon. I did see peaceful coexistence. But the inner demon wants nothing to do with it.
So you see that you can have peace within you. But you must control your rage. Your inner
I
being.
try.
And she
It
glances
gets
back and forth.
So loud.
She glances back and forth quickly between Zormir and Scar. And then returns her look back to Scar and says, "Don't let the pebble in your shoe become the infection in your foot." As her head slowly turns to Zormir. And she pauses. Eyes milky white.
Obstacles.
She just peers towards Zormir. How do you react?
Just kind of like move my head around and kind of wave, see if I see any reaction.
She just like to you it feels she's like looking at your soul.
When I'm getting kind of uncomfortable, when I kind of scoot myself to the side a little bit, kind of scooch myself over, see if she follows.
Her head follows. The decisions you make are not yours to make alone. You have lost so much, but to be reckless may cost you so much more. As to the future you have seen, it is but a wisp of smoke in a roaring fire. Stay true to your pack and keep your mind clear. Her head almost falls limp before snapping back up at Nemoria.
I'm gonna kind of look down in confusion and mutter under my breath, "Future?"
Nemoria, she just stares at you with those eyes. What's your reaction? If you're speaking, we can't hear you.
You're muted.
Sorry. I'm asking her why did I have this potion? Why did you give this to me? Because I didn't like it. I didn't like what happened.
Sometimes with fate, we don't like what we see. Sometimes the choice between what is right and what is wrong is difficult. A show of strength can feel like the way, but at what cost? Steel your heart, and in battle, let the peace wash over you as you choose to still your hand or deliver on the wings of death. And she stares at you for just a slight moment longer before her head just kind of lops over to the side and her shoulders roll back to where she's looking at Blaylock. And as she looks at Blaylock, her hand reaches out and she lays it right on his arm. What's your reaction, Blaylock? Did we lose Blaylock?
I think he had to step out.
Oops. Blaylock. Poor timing. So, we pause here for our sponsor.
Mucking stable. Good time.
Fucking good stables.
Tonight's episode brought to you by Mucking Good Stables. When you need a horse and you don't have
Don't
any
ask
money,
us.
find another stable.
Since we're waiting on him, I'll be right back.
Okay. He did not send me a message either. Let me reach out. All right. Well, we'll continue. Blaylock looks at her and tells her about the vision he experienced. She looks at him and, you have known loss and pain, but But it is not who you are. Never forget your past. But don't let it exhaust your future. She kind of returns to a neutral state. Her eyes return to normal. And she blinks several times, looking at all of you like almost surprised to see you there. She stands, supporting her weight on... Matt, is that you?
Who is that?
It's Rob eating cookies.
I don't eat cookies, but thanks.
Using her long staff to support her thin frame, and just begins shuffling toward the center of the camp. And while you had your back turned to her and you're just kind of watching her as she leaves, you notice Grimscar's sitting out by the fire now, just kind of staring into the fire and back at you. And as the elder walks past Grimscar, she sets a paw on his shoulder. You see her give him just a light squeeze, and then she lets go and passes into the darkness of the night. While you all
I'm
stand
gonna
and
go talk
contemplate.
to Grimscar.
Okay. He's just staring there.
What can you tell me of this other clan?
There's much to know. But tonight you must rest. You have passed the trial, I see. On the morning, we will welcome you to the pack. Also, our scouts have traced your trail back and found your horses. They're being cared for and watched until your return. I must ask
Much
you,
appreciated.
what is it you seek that the Dewclaw can help you with? As we also have a request.
I am after an orc of the name Ulick. He has also disguised himself as a man named Rowan. We were in the battle with him and some lowlifes when he sacrificed his men to us as he escaped like the freaking coward he was. He ran to this other clan, to Longtooth. He must pay for his crimes.
I see. It makes more sense, as our scouts have heard tales from local strangers that wander the desert of a larger humanoid, making haste deeper into the teeth. This might be the one you seek.
And I would like to know more of this other clan. We were told that somebody that we dispatched of was causing great chaos between the Knoll clans. So I am assuming that he has altered this other clan in some way, which could be part of your growing problem as well.
The Dewclaw and the Shadow Eye clan have been at war for many years. It's all about land. But I don't know why. We've all forgotten why.
You said Shadow Eye? Well, maybe our paths were meant to cross.
It seems the Huntress has caused it that way. But we do ask a favor of all of you. And what are the rest of you doing while this is going on? Did anyone come over there? Was the Scar just walked away from you guys?
I'm just sitting there.
I'll follow at a distance. Would be following at a distance.
Okay. Blaylock's sitting there with Nemoria, contemplating. We ask much of you, if you're willing. We ask that you act as Dewclaw pack members and seek out Longtooth. We need you to convince him to leave our land and end this war, this senseless war that we have long since lost this memory from. Have them return to their own lands, and the Dewclaw will help them rebuild and become prosperous again. I will send with you a trinket of our sincerity, so that they know you to not be spies. And looks at you, raises a hand up to you as you sit there. Do not answer me now. We shall talk tomorrow, after you've been properly welcomed to the tribe.
As you will it.
There's some nights
I walk back to
I sit and stare at the stars. They're so clear. The night skies. I miss our homelands. Do you have lands that you miss?
I do. Even though I was exiled from my clan, I do miss them. I try to do my best by them. Will I ever go back? Who knows? How did you end up here?
War. Unfortunately. But you need not wonder anymore. And he stands up and puts his hand to his chest. For from here henceforth, you shall be Dewclaw and always have a home.
I get up and I kind of bow. Till tomorrow, then.
Till tomorrow. And he turns and walks back to the familiar large tent. Disappears into the shadows. As you turn and see Zormir, you hadn't made any attempt to hide or anything. You were just hovering at a distance.
Yeah, I was kind of like, winding through the tents and just kind of following, checking out everything, making sure they weren't getting anything done up to anything mischievous.
Okay. So you see Zormir kind of wandering around, and you see Blaylock and Nemoria just kind of sitting where you talked to Mad Eye.
There will be a ceremony tomorrow. We should probably go and rest.
It's not going to be anything like what we had.
Does this involve another trial?
No, we have already proven ourselves to this clan.
You think this wise?
At this point, in our endeavors in LA could be useful.
Hmm.
None of us are from here.
True.
You
True.
know these lands far better than us.
Fair enough.
All right.
I'm gonna go back in to the tent.
Okay. So Blaylock gets up and returns to the tent.
I do the same.
Okay. Zormir and Nemoria.
And I'm gonna go lay down.
What time of day is it?
All night.
Late at night.
It's late. Probably 2, 3 in the morning.
Did I get both levels of exhaustion removed?
You've
Yeah,
rested.
I don't remember.
They'd be both gone now. Yeah, you rested twice.
Okay, good. I'm gonna begin working on repairing the turret and Loyal.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the intelligence check.
Yeah. Oh, good grief. Nat 1.
That broke it even more.
So, thinking over the discussion with the elder and the dream you had, you just can't focus on what you're doing, and you hear a spring pop and shoot out of the device, and you hadn't even been working on it for very long, but it was enough that your hands were shaking just from everything that's going on. You just kind of close it.
Yep.
And decide.
I'm just gonna, I'm gonna pack it up and gather up what remains.
Zormir.
I'm just gonna sit at the edge of the tent contemplating the dream that I had and that the elder had said it was in the future.
Okay. And Nemoria.
I'm just gonna lay down and stare at the ceiling because
Okay.
I'm not tired.
Stare there for a while. As night passes to morning, and you start hearing a commotion outside because since you didn't go to sleep. And it's super loud. That's probably why I had it turned down. Okay. The next morning, you're awakened by gnolls running into the tent. They're carrying large vessels of water, and they just, while you were still asleep, they just start scrubbing you down, pouring all manner of scented oils on you. Zormir, you're not okay with this, but it'll kind of like giving a kid a bath, like you're kind of pushing them away, but they're stronger than you, so they're kind of laughing and smiling, and they're talking in Gnollish. Scar, you know they're just general chit chat of what's going on and the excitement of the day. One thing real quick. No more beard growth today.
How long is it now? It's got to be at least down to my
It's
nipple.
It's good size. It's upper chest, but for those with fur, Blaylock and Scar and beards, Nemoria, they start grabbing the fur and braiding it and putting beads into it after they get you all cleaned down.
This is nuts.
And that Blaylock, they actually start tying ribbons in yours. So you've got some ribbons tied into your fur.
No, what?
And they're just laughing and just continue like, it's almost like a whirlwind. They're just bumbling around you all. Namori, they're taking some very nice oils and like polishing your armor up and your shield and your sword or your mace. Everything looks pristine. And you all smell good. For one of the first times that you guys can remember, Zoramir doesn't really have dirt on his face.
Smell awful.
Blaylock, if I have to have a beard with tries in it, you'll be all right with your bows. Just suck it up.
Bows, that reminds me of times when I was a child. My mother wanted bows in my ears. Horrible.
Maybe we should ask so we can see what it looks like.
That day is long gone.
And Scar, what are you doing during all this?
I'm just letting it happen.
So after a while, after they get you all cleaned up, they set the jars down and they grab a hold of your hands. Each one grabs your hands and they start leading you out to a large gathering of gnolls. And from what you've seen since you've been in the camp, they've always wore kind of ragged cloth and things like that. But today they seem to be dressed in what they would consider their finest garb. Everything's polished, and as they're gathered there, the way kind of parts for you all to be led to the front there, and you see Grimscar standing up on like a little wooden bench with the elder right to his side, big smile on her face, and they lead you to the front. And as you're standing there looking at everyone, they're all happy and smiling, and Grimscar puts a hand out over the crowd, and just without even saying a word, as he waves his hand over the crowd, you hear it just quiet. And you know this is someone where his people really respect him for what he is. And he begins, you see him suck a bunch of air in, and he says, "It has been many generations since our people have accepted outsiders among us. These travelers have come from faraway lands. They have passed our trial at a great price. They have entered the huntress's dreams and faced down their demons that plague them. They have hearts of warriors." He pauses and he looks around the crowd. "They have hearts of gnolls!" And the crowd erupts in cheers and howls and hoots and barks. And today, we welcome them into our pack. As Dewclaw, as family, as gnolls. And Grimscar looks over all of you and has kind of puffs his chest out as Mad Eye continues smiling at you. "Let us now welcome them properly, for today we feast!" And the cheers just go crazy. People start running out and patting you on the shoulder. And Zoramir, they keep trying to lift you up. And
Pulling my arms away.
yeah, like patting you on the head and everything. And this goes on for quite a time as everyone seems to want to touch the new tribe members. And after some time, the crowds begin dispersing as some games break out of various types, and Grimscar is able to walk up to all of you, and Scar, he just kind of leans into you since you were talking to him at the fire, and he just says, "When you're ready, come find me. We'll talk. Until then, the camp is yours. Use as you need. We have a blacksmith. and the elder can help you with any alchemical items you might need.
Much appreciated.
Tonight will be a great feast. But until then, please enjoy. And he kind of bows away and walks off.
I look at the group. It's a great honor for us to have been invited and accepted. Do not take it lightly. Gnolls do not normally do such things.
And normally this touchy-feely.
We celebrate. We go all in. It is our nature.
Say so.
I could tell them you sing and dance.
I brandish my dagger at him.
It's all right, Pendle. It's all right.
It would not be a wise idea if you wish to keep the blood inside your body.
You will learn. We have access to the shops. They're keepers. But they do ask that we come join him in discussion of their dealings with the other clan. They have a favor they would like us to help them with. I suggest we go and talk to him before the festival tonight.
Did he hint at what this favor is? What we might be getting into?
I know little. They want us to act as their advisors, try to reach out to the other clan to get them to leave these lands, to move on. Apparently there has been a war so long that neither clan knows why.
Sounds like they want us to do their dirty work.
They would like to end a war. Neither of these clans can be they cannot reach full potential with being so close to each other. They are constantly fighting for food and survival.
It's a big island.
So shall we part ways tomorrow?
No, I think that we should partake in the festivities. And I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna. What's the elder doing right now?
She's still there. I mean,
But,
she's
is she
taken
sitting
she's
down
taken a
or-
seat at this point. She's very frail.
No dancing with the elder. Fine. I'm going to go out there in this sort of tribal river dance that I learned from back home, and it's just a lot of kicking and flailing, and as only a minotaur can. And I'm just going to start dancing with all the music going on.
All right. For the first dice roll of tonight, give me a performance check.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want right now.
All of us?
Natural one.
No, just
Nope.
Blaylock.
Just that's a 15.
All right. So you guys see Blaylock just kind of fade into the crowd, and at first you didn't think much of it, and then you turn and look, and he's doing some tribal dance over there, and you see the Gnolls fascinated by what this fancy footwork that this cow person is performing, and dancing, kicking legs up, and they start clapping along and hooting and howling, and some try to mimic what he's doing. And it's nothing you've seen Blaylock do before.
And at the apex, when the timing is right, I'm going to cast pyrotechnics, and I'm going to shoot fireworks up into the sky, as almost like the finale of the dance. And you just see me raise my gun up in the air and just shoot it off a few times, and then the fireworks ensue. If they stare directly at it, they may be blinded for a few seconds, but the show will be quite desirable.
In fascination, Blaylock begins this fury of footwork, and he raises the pistol in the air, and out from big fiery explosions that light up the area, even though it's daytime, and almost like a quiet goes over the entire tribe area as they watch this and realize what's going on, and then they go crazy. It's almost mosh pit style. They're just going insane.
Now, come on, Zoramir. This is
No.
This will be fine. I'm gonna cast Enlarge on him. Come on, Zoramir. Now everybody is staring at. The idea is for him to be the center of attention now. This giant halfling.
All of a
How
sudden,
big do I get?
is it twice the size? What's the?
It is twice the size.
All
I'm a
right.
normal person.
No, because you're small, so you would go
Yep.
to large.
Yep, and his weight is multiplied by 8.
So you're big. You're easily the biggest thing in the area. And just all of a sudden, Zoramir is like, and you're looking at, his waistline, Nemoria, and he's giant halfling.
I'm just gonna glare at Blaylock. You have no idea what you've just done.
I'm gonna start hooping and hollering, clapping my hands because he's big. He can run and keep up with us.
How tall is Blaylock compared to me?
He's smaller than you by a couple feet.
Yep.
Just a
Does
couple.
my strength grow into proportion?
I think you get advantage on strength checks or something like that.
I'm going to
advantage on strength checks.
try and scoop Blaylock up.
Okay. Roll a strength check.
I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it to try and help him with his endeavor.
All right, so with advantage.
14.
Okay.
Is that 2?
Yeah, that's with advantage.
Okay.
So you take a hold of him and just grab onto him.
Am I able to lift him up?
Oh yeah.
All right. I'm gonna lift him up and walk over into wherever the packed area of the crowd is. All right, get ready to crowd surf, Blaylock.
This was not what I had looking for.
I scream out at the crowd, "Everybody, put your hands up!" And I put Blaylock down into the crowd of people. I'm so excited, and get them to start crowd surfing Blaylock.
And so about half of them put their hands up because they understand common. The other half aren't sure what's going on, but they just put their hands up too. And as you drop Blaylock on top of him, and for a second there, you think they're going to drop him because it's, I mean, he's not light as a Minotaur, so he kind of sinks in. They kind of lift him up, and Blaylock, you just feel all these clawed hands on your back as you're surfing over. It's not a real pleasant experience, but
It's like a bed of nails.
yeah, they're going with it. And Zoramir, you find this hilarious.
Just started dying
For the
laughing.
Dewclaw. For the Dewclaw.
Okay, so while that's going on, Nemoria, you said you went out and are joining the festivities.
Yeah, I am like enamored at how big Zormir is now. So I'm clapping and yelling, and I'm gonna go find some mead or some alcohol that we have laying around and help enjoy myself in the festivities.
You see it being passed among the people, some of the local brew that's made there. So there's plenty to get a hold of. So you grab some, you start drinking it. It's bitter. It's definitely nothing that as good as what you've found in cities as you've traveled, but it'll work.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheering, big old mugs, letting it flow.
And Scar, what are you doing during all this?
I go to the outskirts of the festivities.
Okay.
I'm not used to being part of a family like this anymore.
Okay. So you kind of
I just watch.
slink off to the edge of the camp and sit there for a while as you watch all this going on. Roll a perception with advantage.
19.
Okay. You hear footsteps behind you, a familiar thuk thuk ding, thuk thuk ding, and turn and see the elder walking behind you. And she just reaches out, places a hand on your shoulder, and just squeezes. Doesn't say anything.
I'm glad that my compatriots are enjoying themselves.
The last time I saw outsiders, I was but a cub. And that was a long time ago.
Have you been here this long?
Back and forth. War after war. We fight our way home to be pushed back to here.
So are the Shadow Eye clan. Have they taken your true home?
Where I was raised as a cub.
Do you remember how this started?
It began with we were all one clan, from what my grandmother would tell us, the elder stories passed along. Vie for power. Power, who goes to the strongest. Fights ensue. But the details, we don't understand. It's been too long.
Do you think this war can be ended?
With the hunter's help, and she kind of looks up into the sky a bit. I hope so.
I will do what I can. My inner turmoil. I have taken the madness too many times already.
Be careful. Don't let it take you. We think it took Longtooth. Once you give in to the madness, there's no returning. His lust for power is insatiable.
Have you not sent delegates before?
They've never returned.
I hate to say it, but maybe it's time for Longtooth's reign to be done.
However that may be.
And I just quietly go looking back into the crowd.
And she turns too, and you get from her that this isn't really her scene either. She's happy her people are happy, but she's much too old and frail for celebration of this sort. I'll see you at the feast later, I'm sure.
Yes.
She just kind of gently pats your shoulder and starts hobbling off.
I might just go back to watching.
All right. So
For the Dewclaw. For the Dewclaw.
so the revelry goes on for several hours as the day progresses. Various games and drinking and snacking. And you see them setting up makeshift table areas and setting out some nicer cloth down, and start bringing out large plates of food, undeterminate animals cooked in some manner, but it smells delicious. And you hear someone say, "Time for feast!" And people start filing in and sitting at the tables. And what's everyone doing?
Is there a specific place that Grimclaw is sitting at?
He doesn't seem to be there.
I go to his tent.
The elder you see there, all the other gnolls are there. But, yeah, you don't see Grimscar.
I'm sorry, Grimscar. I will go to his tent.
Okay. Blaylock, Nemoria, Zormir, what are you doing?
Well, everyone's getting ready to sit down, so am I seeing like just gnolls just sitting at like particular tables or in areas, or
Yeah, they're just sitting all at tables. There's places for you all of you to sit together.
Am I still huge?
How long
No.
does? Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm not sure how long it
No.
lasts.
only in your mind, sort of.
Ireland. Always and forever.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh.
So you're all gonna go sit down.
We see. Well, yeah, we'll all sit down at the table, and then I'll sit first, and then I'll wait for others to gather.
All right. Nemoria and Zormir, you see Blaylock go sit at a table.
I'm gonna go ahead.
I'm gonna go sit across from him.
Okay. You sit down.
I'm gonna look around. I don't see Scar, so I'm gonna ask Blaylock, "Hey, we're all having a good time, but have you seen Scar? Have either of you?"
I expected him to sit here with us.
You know Scar.
He's
Not
been
one.
he's been gone since the party has started. Do you know if there's anything wrong with him?
He has been unusually quiet for a time of celebration.
Maybe he's up to something.
Do you think we should go find him?
Maybe
'Cause I mean,
struggling
do you think
to
we're-
get his memory back?
Yeah. You don't think he'd be upset us having a good time and he's not?
Hmm.
I don't think
Maybe
Scar is much for
I
one
don't
of a good time.
feel right eating and celebrating without the whole clan here, and he is part of it.
He is the big part of it. He is why we are here. I don't feel right eating and enjoying the celebration if he's not going to be with us.
I'm gonna look to the knoll next to me. I'm like, have you seen our co-patriot Scar?
He looks at you and holds up a glass of ale. Woo!
I'm gonna start trying to like do like hoof gestures, and you know, trying to say, you know, Scar, and I'll point at the scar on my head, and maybe I'll make like a crazy sound. He goes, "It's Scar," you know, and say, "Have you seen him?"
Okay, do a performance check.
Okay. 9.
He just looking at you, fascinated, and when you get done, starts just clapping.
Has anybody seen? Do I recognize anybody that I could try and communicate with?
As you're trying to describe what's going on, you feel kind of your bench seat, someone sit down, and when you look to your side, you see Elder Mad Eye beside you, just slowly scooting closer to you.
Wise one, how are you this evening?
Better now.
Good. I am concerned for our friend Scar. He has been rather reticent to join the festivities. Have you seen him?
I have. Note that Scar is far removed from his clan, so this could bring back old memories. It might be hard for him.
This is difficult for me to understand, being in one tribe and then being in another. I only knew my tribe where I was raised.
He means
Oh,
nothing. I believe he was seeking out Grimscar, who is another one that doesn't take care of joining festivities often.
Can you direct me to where they may be?
He's always at his tent.
Thank you. And if you don't mind, I think I will take your leave and go and look for them.
Do come back.
I will. You owe me a dance, but not of the variety that we just partook in.
I'm gonna flinch when he says dance.
You only made that look sound sexual as hell. You owe me some nookie.
Good.
I'm gonna bow to her,
Okay.
and I'm gonna start making my way towards the tent.
Sounds like they need some ale. I'm gonna scoop up some off the table, whatever I can see.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow him because I want to know what's going on with Scar, and I've already got 2 ales in my hand, and I've already had 2 or 3 others. So.
All right. So while this is going on, Scar, you find Grimscar sitting not far from his tent by where the main fire is, as dusk begins to settle in. He looks up as you get close.
Not much for the festivities yourself, I see.
I have to stay sober. I'm responsible for all these people.
I understand that. This small group that I've joined, not always the smartest decision makers.
But from what I tell, you've made it so far.
I had help. It's not often you find someone that would take interest in a knoll. I came from just a scout to being exiled for trying to better my clan. My mentor, teacher, looked out for me, taught me many things. That is why I'm after this coward, Ulick. I wanted to prove myself worthy of his tutelage, of his affection.
We must never forget where we came from, as we must never forget where we're going. So have you made a decision?
I've brought it up to my members. I told them we needed to talk to you, get more information.
And as you say that, you hear Zormir and Blaylock and Nemoria coming from the festivities. You turn and see that they're coming. The three of you see Scar sitting there with Grimscar.
I'm just gonna go right up to
Discussion
them.
is to be had.
May we join you, or are we interrupting?
I'm just gonna come in and just ale, here, have some. I'm gonna like try to forcefully hand it off to them.
Grimscar takes it and gives like a pained smile and a nod as he lifts it to you, and then kind of sets it down beside him.
Please sit.
Noticing a
take a
There's much
very,
to discuss.
noticing a very serious attitude. I'm gonna tone it back and kind of, with my ale in hand, take a step back and sit.
Yep. I'm gonna sit across from Scar and Grimclaw.
Grimscar. See what you've started.
Grimscar. Yeah, Grimscar.
I know.
All of a sudden, a kobold jumps up and goes, "Hey, it's me!"
I'm Birkentooth.
I am to understand Scar has talked about what I ask of you.
Briefly, only that we should speak with you. It sounds dire.
This is no easy task.
I trust it's not when you are asking former outsiders to assist.
You can only try so many things before you have to try something completely different to see if it will work.
I know the feeling, failure upon failure upon failure, but you never give up. You will either find it, or you will continue to fail until you find another avenue, always learning. I'll
do
hold out
realize
the pile of of bolts and springs that was once my servant and the turret failure.
He
You do realize that this may end up having to be Longtooth's demise.
If it comes to blood, then it must. He's my brother. But I cannot partake in this, but if it's how the fates decide, it's better for both our people to be one at his demise than be separate any longer.
What caused the schism?
Longtooth's lust for power
Oh,
knows no bounds.
There's no chance at you both leading.
That's
It must be
not
one.
really how that works.
I am unfamiliar with your tradition. It would seem that eliminating a leader would not benefit the tribe. But if there's no reconciliation, this is hard to swallow.
From what I've been told, diplomatic attempts have been made and failed horribly. I do not like to rush into bloodshed, but we may not have that choice.
How dedicated is his tribe to him?
All people are dedicated to their leaders. My people would form a wall with their own bodies to keep me safe.
But what if you fell?
They would serve he who slayed me. Though reluctantly. Or they would be exiled to wander the teeth.
So it's a usurpation of the leader, or to find some kind of, well, you've already mentioned reconciliation is not possible. This is a difficult task. What do we know of the clan? Of his clan?
They are quick to anger, but I believe they are good in their souls. I believe we can have peace, thrive together, separate but one.
But the cost. Scar, what do you say?
Blaylock, tell me how this council worked in your tribe.
There everything that could not be solved between tribesmen was brought before a group of leaders, and once you bring it to the decision of the leaders, you accept their judgment, no matter whose favor it leans towards. This is accepted. Is it the same here?
It is not, but that is what I'm trying to bring up. Maybe you two have been at war for so long. Something like this could be a compromise. The survival of both clans.
That would be my dream.
Well, my vote is yes. I think we should try. I still need to go and kill that cowardly traitor, Ulrich.
Does Ulrich reside with Longtooth's clan?
That is what the farmer said.
That's true. No further confirmation.
There have been rumors of a tall stranger riding towards Shadow Eye clan. I could only assume this would be him.
Is this what Longtooth's tribe is called? The Shadow Hide?
Shadow Eye.
Shadow Eye. Peculiar name.
Well, from what our information is, not only have they dealt with Drow, but it seems that they deal with thieves as well.
There must be reasoning behind it. There's a puzzle piece missing.
We don't know what chaos.
Oh, we lost you.
No.
We lost
Done.
you, Scar. You're talking, but we're not hearing you.
He's not talking right now.
Oh, sorry. Dude, I'm getting real tired of this fucking internet.
Yeah.
Tell us how you really feel.
So did you hear any of what I just said?
No, we did. Chaos.
Okay.
We heard about chaos all before you opened up the Yonder book.
Okay. Well, he bragged about the chaos that he caused between these two clans. He was proud of it. He must have done something. We know that he was very tricksy.
Well, we must do what we can to try not to kill Longtooth. It will be much harder to mend the damage from the loss of the head of the tribe, the Alpha. If there's a corrupting element, there is a chance that reconciliation can occur.
And
Gar, what if you take him out? and you take over.
Responsibility I do not know if I should have.
It is possible, grim, but possible. Grimscar, what are your thoughts on that plan?
I leave the negotiating to all of you. I have given and lost everything.
Anything we should know about him? He is your true blood.
Not more than I've already told you. There is good in him. I feel it.
Let us hope so.
Honor bound? Or does he just fly off the handle?
It's very quick to anger. You must all, and he looks at all of you, you must all watch the words that you speak. For it might be the tiniest one that sets him into a rage that is uncontrollable. And his gaze kind of lingers on Zoramir a bit, and then turns back to the group.
Can you give me an example of an incident with his rage?
And you see him kind of look down. He killed our sister.
What?
Oh,
She risked speaking out against his anger, and that was enough to upset him. He took her down, pinned her to the ground, and he stopped, and he just looks down, and you see a tear form in his eye. He tore her bottom jaw off and beat her with it.
That is a pure definition of rage, if I've ever heard it.
not just
How
a syllable.
can you reason with that?
It's not a sibling rivalry right there.
Just for that, it's justification for him to die, regardless of the outcome and the circumstances.
Who are we to judge another culture's? And we know not what drove him to that. Though severe, this is difficult for me to cast judgment on that which I do not know. But we must do what we can. These two clans will tear each other apart. If nothing, correction, our two clans will tear up each other apart unless we find common ground. It has been a long time since I've said those words, our tribe. I say we go and we try and do some sort of reconnaissance to find what information we can. How far away was your last reading of this clan? What do the scouts say about their approximate whereabouts?
He reaches into a pouch and pulls out a map of the teeth and hands it to you. This is how you'll get to our homelands. You will find him there.
This is valuable beyond measure. This type of map. Thank you. I'll show it to the rest of the party.
So you show him the map, and what you all see is it's quite a bit further into the scar. It'll probably take a few days to get that direction.
On this side of the water?
On the northern side of the water, yeah.
How far in are we currently?
If you were to draw a straight line,
Towards
just
town?
about 30% in. So looking at the map, you'd be about under the word Swamp of Lost Hope.
Okay.
And the map would show that it's about under the word Hope. So it's right there toward the end of the northern teeth.
Yeah, I gotta get a picture of the map.
Here, I will show you.
He looks at all of you. I assure you, any supplies you need, we can fit you with in the morning. And he reaches into another pouch and pulls out a fairly large tooth, and you can see it has some runic symbols drawn over it. And he hands it over to you, Scar. Give this to Longtooth. As a gesture of goodwill, he'll know it's from me.
Right.
But always keep your eyes and ears open. And tread very carefully.
I suggest we go and feast.
Now that's what I'm talking about. You deserve it.
So do you all head back to the feast?
Yep. Gonna pick my mugs up and go.
Zoramir?
Yeah, I'm gonna fall out, just kind of contemplating everything that was just said.
Okay. So you all get up. Grimscar stays. And head back to the feast. People are still making merry. There's plenty of food. You see some spots where you can sit down.
I'm gonna go stick my head into the tent with the Grim Scar, and Grim Scar. My father was like you, worked as head of the guard, leadership role similar to yours, and he never partook in the festivities, but he was present, and I believe that was a icon for the people to reflect on, is the presence of their leader among them. Something to dwell on, even in these times. And I'll pop my head back out.
Okay. So you all head over to the table.
Absolutely.
You sit down, start taking food. Knolls kind of roll off you as they bounce from table to table, drinking and eating and making merry.
Wait, did you say no rolls or knolls?
Knolls roll off of you, you know, and when they've been drinking that much, they start spinning around and kind of roll off your back as they bounced from table to table. During that, a few female gnolls come around Scar and begin flirting with him, trying to get his attention. And Scar, how do you react to that?
Thank you, ladies. Maybe after this next adventure, there's a lot to contemplate. I do not need distractions.
And while Blaylock, you're kind of curious as to what's going on because you've not seen Scar with ladies around him like that. You just feel this like thump, 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 and as you turn back, the elder's sitting right beside you again.
My lady, shall we dance? I will be as gentle as a fruit fly.
She chuckles. Why, of course.
And I'll stand up and I'll hold out my hand and bow.
And she mocks a hand to the chest as if catching her breath, and grabs her cane with the other free hand and begins walking out with you.
I'm gonna guide her out like a almost like a grandmother and grandson dance, and I'm gonna kind of and just slowly, you know, kind of keep in step with her and support her so she doesn't keel over.
Is there like a band or anything playing music?
Yeah, there's some music going.
I'm gonna sneak off over wherever the people are that are playing music and try and get them put on like a slow song, kind of a more romantic-y song.
Okay. While you're doing that, Nomura, you're there eating some food. The food is really good. It doesn't taste like meat that you've ever had. You're not even sure what creature this is from. But it's delicious. And you start feeling something, like somebody's touching you there, and you turn around and there's all these gnoll cubs that are there, and they're like touching your armor and kind of knocking on your shield, and they're fascinated by how shiny everything is, laughing and running away as you turn your head to look at them.
Think he went AFK.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, he's gone. Happening a lot tonight. Blaylock, you go out there and start doing a nice gentle dance, like, and suddenly the music changes a bit, and it gets a bit slower.
It's not that kind of dance.
And Elder Mad Eye wraps her hands around your waist and kind of lays her head into your chest and just starts swaying back and forth with you.
I'm
gonna go with it.
I'm gonna run around so I'm gonna try and get into Blaylock's eye line and just start laughing.
I'm gonna stare sternly at him over the elder's head.
You stare stare just a death glare at Zoromir, and he is just very proud of himself. And Zoromir, as you're laughing, you look over, and there's a couple female gnolls trying to get your attention, smiling at you, and just saying,
Gosh, that sound effect.
they're coming up to you. They're getting closer.
Ladies want to dance?
Of course.
Do.
And, and they set out their hand and kind of turn their head away in embarrassment, giggling.
Normally, I am not a dancer, but for you, I will make an exception. I lead him onto the dance floor.
So, Scar, you see Zoromir start dancing with Knowles. First time you've really seen Zoromir dance at all.
Be careful, little one. I just kind of say to myself.
And it's a slow dance because the music had changed, so they're just really giving you a good hug and hold there. Of course, they're bigger than you.
Yeah, wait, where does my head come up here?
Right under the chest. So
Too big!
every now and then
Furry pillows.
a curious paw kind of drops lower than it should, giving you a tight pinch and a giggle.
Chicka wow wow. Chicka chicka wow wow.
As you both of you dance away into the evening.
I'm gonna purposely lead the dancing around over to Blaylock and kind of bump against him as we're dancing.
Okay. You see Zoromir dancing away with this gnoll as the elders cuddled into you.
There's an image I won't forget for a long time.
And not one to miss an opportunity, I'm going to try and assess if this girl has any valuables on her person.
Okay.
Oh Jesus.
And Zoromir gets killed.
Okay. Roll a perception.
Yeah. Can't go a night without bloodshed.
Where's my perception? 19.
You see she's got some various beads and necklaces and things that have gold in them, as it's their finest wares. So a few gold bracelets and a small coin purse on her belt.
Does it look difficult to get to?
You feel you could get it if you'd like. It's your choice.
When I swing it back around Blaylock, I whisper, "Hey Blaylock, you got any more of those muffins?"
He's trying to roof here. What?
No, fresh out.
What the heck?
Oh, good gravy.
So he said no, he doesn't. So
Well, I'm going to I'm going to try and lift the coin purse.
all right, roll a sleight of hand.
Oh, 22.
You spin her around, and as you do, your hand kind of swipes as you spin away, and you have the coin purse in your hands.
I'm going to sneakily just stash that in somewhere.
All right. And you
And
stuff it in a pocket and spin back to her and continue dancing away.
just keep on dancing. I'm gonna swing around to a table with some ale and just try and get some more ale in her so that she doesn't notice.
Okay.
Hey,
Robes,
welcome
man.
to our family. Steal from you.
Scar, what? You just gonna continue hanging out here?
Yeah, I'm assuming I didn't see any of that.
No.
Alright. Yep, I'm just kind of sitting.
Okay. Nemoria, anything beyond the kids that are kind of curious about your armor?
Nope. Just gonna sit here and drink and watch the festivities. And so, did any of us see what Zormir did?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Nope. Just gonna sit here and talk to people and enjoy drinking this putrid drink that they have, but it's alcohol nonetheless.
All
I
right.
never said it was putrid. What are you talking about?
It was bitter, not putrid.
It's bitter and it tastes like garbage, but I shall continue to drink in it
City
and
girls.
partake.
So the festivities go into the evening, into the late evening, and people start either passing out where they stand or heading back to their tents. Those that are dancing, how do you want to end your evening?
With a bow to the elder, and I will bring her back to her seat. It's like, thank you, my lady. It was a pleasure.
As you bow down, she gives you a big old wet kiss on your cheek.
And I'll smile, a big old minotaur smile.
I just see this big sheepish smile from your character. And you lead her back, and she sits down there, panting slowly. You know, it's exercise really isn't her thing, and she danced quite a bit. Zormir?
I'm going to similar thing, kind of bow and thank you for the night of dancing, and I'm going to actually lead her back over to where Scar is sitting. And have you met Scar?
Okay. Nemoria, you've been drinking for a while, so go ahead and give a Constitution check.
Ooh, 20. Not natural.
Okay. You can hold your liquor. You're doing well. But people seem to be the parties.
It's the dwarf in her.
Yeah, that's true. The party seems to be converging back at the table. And I'm guessing you're heading to the tent for the evening.
Scar is.
Okay, Scar gets up and starts heading to the table. Or to
Hi.
the tent.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have another one. And I'm gonna go ahead and jump up on the table and start dancing and having a good time and keep right on drinking. I
Okay.
haven't felt this good in many, many years.
Okay. Do a performance check. With disadvantage, you've been drinking for a while.
Oh, Jesus, 3.
So you hop up on the table and begin kicking your feet up, and you step in some leftover gristle from the meat and just slip and fall.
Oh,
And drinks go flying, plates go flying, people start looking, and they're just cracking up.
Yep, and I'm yelling, woohoo!
Blaylock, are you heading back to the tent, or
I am rather weary.
Okay.
Zoramir. I am
Wow.
going to head in for the night.
You've been drinking.
Yeah.
Right.
You
So
said this is late evening, correct?
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's late.
No work tonight. Blast. And head back in. Start getting ready for bed.
Zoramir, where are you headed?
After I attempted to introduce this girl to Scar as a distraction, I'm going to disappear into the night to make sure that I don't get caught for my crimes.
Okay. We'll say you're good. You sneak off into the night, nobody knowing the wiser. Nemoria, how late do you stay out?
After just cracking my skull on the table, I'm gonna go ahead and I look around. I don't see none of our group here, so I'm gonna probably go ahead and take my time and stumble off into the tent and find my bed.
All right. You eventually make your way there, and Scar and Blaylock and eventually Zoramir are there resting. You lay down, head spinning a bit, and all of you fall into a restful sleep. Next morning, wake up, ready to go.
And I think I drank way too much last night. I am really thirsty. Gonna have to go find me some water and something to eat.
Judging by the bruise on your chin, I say you are correct.
Speaking of chin. Nope, you're good.
Oh, good. It can't get much worse. So I'm gonna walk out of the tent and go find some water and bite to eat.
Okay. Here's food left over from the feast lying around as people are getting up and around for stuff.
I'm gonna get up, not drinking, since I didn't drink the night before. I'm gonna get up nice and early and begin work anew.
Okay. Give an intelligence check.
Oh, come on, Blaylock.
10.
10.
You get some of
I
it
have a
repaired.
plus 8 modifier. Okay,
Rolled a 2?
Oh my goodness.
it's one better than the last time.
Gosh.
Failure again.
So you get it about halfway repaired, but it's not up to its full potential yet. And you spend several hours. So Scar, when you wake up, you just see Blaylock's kind of sitting in the corner. He's got these goggles down. He keeps adjusting the different lenses on there as he's working on something.
Last.
Is it even operable?
Yeah. It will last.
And I walk out of the tent.
Okay. So you walk out of the tent. You can see, just the gnolls going about their business. Anything that's needed before you head out is available to you.
I start gathering provisions for. He said what? It was a couple days ride or travel.
Walk. Yeah, travel.
So I'm gonna grab.
We
some
should have our
rations.
horses to get us there.
No.
Rather,
No, they're still at the cavern. They're just watching
Ah.
them for us at the cavern.
I misunderstood. I could have swore he said that they
He
would be
didn't.
taken care of and brought to us.
He didn't tell you that at all.
Oh, never mind. And that's why I don't know where the horses are. Jesus. Drank too much last night. It must have been a nightmare.
So yeah, I'm gonna gather up some provisions for the next couple days. Start refilling water flasks.
Okay. Zormir, what are you gonna do?
What kind of food is still laying around?
There's rolls and meat and different things.
I'm gonna kind of peruse the carnage of the last night, see if there's anything valuable, but grab a roll to munch on and throw a couple strips of meat in my bag for safekeeping.
Of course.
I like how he keeps collecting this raw, nasty meat, yet
Yeah.
he never eats any of it.
Nope. So, all right. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna probably grab me a couple scraps of rolls and shove them down in my pockets, and definitely grab a skin of water for the journey.
Okay. You guys let me know when you're ready to head out.
Anybody need to see the alchemist for any reason?
Do they have an alchemist here?
It's your buddy.
She
Yep.
following us?
Nope.
She's like that vendor that continues to follow us wherever we go.
I'm ready whenever you guys are. We've been here long enough. I grow restless.
I'm gonna go to the. Do they have like a leather worker or some just a blacksmith? Would
Just a
probably.
They got a
Blacksmith,
blacksmith.
yep.
I'm gonna go to the blacksmith and just see if I can purchase some leather, just some strips of leather.
Okay. You find where it is, and
Mhm.
you see a knoll there. Some patches of fur missing just from burns and scarring, and they're hammering away.
Good morning.
How can I help you?
Oh, I'm looking for just some leather strips. I will need to use them later, and I'll show them the half-formed dragon companion that I have, and say these are supposed to be wings. However, as you can see, they're struggling, and I am thinking maybe some little bit of leather might help sturdy them up along the
No.
exoskeleton.
No problems. I've got some scraps. And he goes into the back, comes out with a few scrap pieces of leather, hands them to you.
Fantastic.
Welcome to the tribe.
And for your trouble, and I'll give him a gold.
Much appreciated.
And you.
I'm gonna go with. I was gonna go with Blaylock to the blacksmith anyway because I wanted to talk to him.
Okay, yep. Anything I can get you, sir?
I was thinking of getting a upgrade on my bow. I'm looking for a sight pin.
A what?
Sight pin?
Oh, a sight pin?
Yeah.
Oh.
We are using the armor, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But this is a very rudimentary blacksmith.
Okay. Okay.
So he
Not
looks
in
at you
city
kind of
life.
with like a puzzled look.
No problems.
Sight pin. I may be able to assist you with that, Scar. Give me some time to finish my work here, and then I will look into that sight pin. Can you give me an idea of what you would look for
Pretty
in
much all
this
it is
sight pin?
It's almost like so like an aim
Yeah, I know what you're
with
talking
more
about.
precision.
yeah.
Okay.
Just yeah. So
If, yeah. If I add it, I can get crits on a 19 instead of a 20.
Let me see if I can put together components for this, but to give me some time.
Well, I am ready to go whenever the rest of the group is.
Yes, we should make haste.
We need to get going. Daylight is burning.
This is not a time to vent, Nemoria. We
I
need
am
time
not
to
venting.
plan and discuss.
It's not?
And
Are
you
we-
should probably keep your mouth shut when we approach the other clan.
Remind me when to do that. It's not my best talent.
Yes, but you'll receive more than an arrow to the gut.
Wait, remind me who did that? Is that why you
Can
want
I
the?
show you?
Is that why you want the sight pin so you can more accurately attack your friends?
You do realize I would not have attacked you if you had just stopped when you were told.
Guys,
Onward.
Is this
all right.
the time to be
This
discussing this?
This is old news.
Yes.
Let's move on.
More walking, less nattering.
I agree. Because all we're going to do is have two bloody people with us while we're walking.
I don't feel like carrying him again. Not anytime soon.
I don't blame you.
I just keep mumbling pebbles in my boot.
Good one. Good one. All right, so yep, pick all our stuff up, and I think we'll start heading out. We're going to follow Scar because Scar's more attuned to what's going on, what the next thing is we need to be doing.
All right, you guys following the map.
Yep.
So you head out on the trails and you head east into the canyons and valleys of the spires. The stone cold and windswept, but the party travels on, climbs through areas, leaps over some of the craggy dirt terrain, continue through. Night falls, and you make your first
I miss
camp.
my wagon. I can work with my on my wagon. Blast.
I will take the mid shift.
I'll take first.
Okay.
I need to work while I'm on watch.
All right.
Just wake me up when you guys want me to take a shift. Whatever suits you.
So you're taking the first one, Blaylock?
Yeah.
While you work on stuff?
While I work on stuff.
Okay. Roll a perception with disadvantage.
Oh, but I'm already at advantage, so that's a straight roll. 20, not natural.
Okay. You see nothing that gives you cause for concern. A couple footsteps in the night, but sounds like curious animals scared away by the fire. Now roll your intelligence check for working on your.
Yes, and this is
3.
no,
4.
no.
4.
I am going to use Flash of Genius with this roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
answer.
You son of a gun. 15, and I rolled a 2 again.
Oh my
But with Flash of
god.
Genius, it was 15.
Use a different dice.
You're
I'm
gonna have
using
to.
digital dice.
It's digital dice for you. Any dice really. All right, so 15. You're able to repair your. You're working on your turret first, right?
Turret first.
Okay, so you're able to get your turret in a working, functional. You could use it. It's not pretty, but it's functional.
It'll do for now. Your next loyal.
So you wake up Scar as he takes the mid shift. Scar, roll your perception.
$13.
Is that with advantage? Sorry.
Oh, no.
I'd imagine if you're a Knoll, you're going to be listening for.
16.
Okay, not much difference. Nothing.
No, I
to-
think, I'm trying to think. Perception. I get +3. Yeah, 16.
All right. Nothing much of concern for you. As daylight breaks, everyone wakes up and you continue on your journey. Over hills and mountains, climb through canyons. You do eventually come upon the remnants of a camp. The fire's long gone out, the logs are but ash. So, if any of you want to look
Is that all
around,
we see? Is that all I see? Is like the remnants of a fire?
there's a few things that are lying around. You can investigate if you like.
Help him investigate.
Okay.
Investigation. 21.
Okay. You start turning things over. You can see this has been here for a bit. Not a super long amount of time, but maybe a few days or a week or so. There was a scrap piece of cloth that you were able to pick up, and when you give it a sniff, it smells like Ulick.
Mm-hmm.
This was his camp. He is heading in this direction.
Yeah. So we're on the right trail. So that's a good thing.
Seems so.
So you keep traveling to the east and make camp again.
I will take first watch this time tonight.
I will take second.
Okay.
I'll take third.
There's not a third.
There's not a third?
No, there's just two.
I thought there was 3.
Nope.
2 it is.
Okay. Namori, you're taking first watch?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception.
23.
Okay. You don't notice anything through the night. It's a pretty quiet night. You're able to look up and kind of marvel at the sky and kind of let some prayers to Bahamut. Time goes by. You look back up to, or you wake up the next person, which is
Okay. Zoramir.
Ormir. So
I'm gonna wake him up really hard, jostle him.
Is 4 hours considered a long rest?
8.
It's 8, but when you're on watch, since you're not doing anything, it's part of the resting period.
Okay.
I'm already half awake with dagger. I always sleep with dagger in hand, so when Nemoria comes over and startles me, very quickly out at the ready.
You see Nemoria while you jostle him really hard. He kind of spins around, dagger in hand.
I'm gonna jump back. Be like, whoa. It's just me, buddy.
Go ahead, Ease. Oh, don't scare me like that.
I'm not Scar. I'm okay.
You never know what he's gonna do.
That's right, you do.
It is your turn. You're asleep.
I've got a high perception.
Roll for it, baby.
All right. So, Zoramir, go ahead and roll perception.
Good one. That is 24.
Such a difference from when we started this campaign.
2.
Oh, it was bad. I'm going to set these traps up. I rolled a 3. These traps are great.
I was thinking about setting those up.
It's too bad we didn't have those recorded. Those were some great sessions. So you don't see anything going on. You just kind of sit and contemplate still thinking about the vision and what it means and how it applies to you and where you need to go from here. It's a lot to think of as morning breaks and the party continues on their journey. And you travel through about midday. You hear, after a while, you start hearing the rushing sounds of water as the trail narrows down. And you see a waterfall cascading down from above the canyon walls. Take the map out, and it looks like you're not terribly far from your destination. You're pretty close, but you'll have to
move forward carefully. There's a lot of places for an ambush.
You will have to pass behind the waterfall. So as you move toward that, need everyone to make an athletics check.
Oh boy.
-1. Here we go.
This is dex based, so you should be fine.
Oh, all right.
Or no, I'm sorry. No.
Oh, I say athletics is
Yeah,
strength.
I said athletics,
Oh, yeah.
not acrobatics. Sorry.
Well, I'm rolling good tonight.
20 dirty.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
3.
There it is.
There it is.
It's another 2.
Right on track. I had 12.
That's three 2s in a row. It's great.
Okay. So everyone begins walking past, and they make it about halfway through as the water just cascades and hits Blaylock. As you're walking past, the water starts just beating you heavily on the back of the head. You go to get your footing and you slip and fall down on your hands and knees. Okay, so I need everyone to make another athletics check. Blaylock, you can actually choose to crawl the rest of the way at a quarter speed or make an athletics check to stand up and continue walking.
I already rolled before you said that, so we'll go with the roll.
Okay.
Oh, you want the roll? Oh, good.
Yeah.
5.
That one.
Okay. Hey, what did Nemoria? What did you have?
8.
Holy Zoramir? Something?
Sounds like a climbing simulation we're
Oh,
going
why
through.
am I not in the thing here? Here we go. 7.
What kind of roll was that? Would you roll a rock?
We all
Yeah. Come on, Charlie Brown.
All right. So all of you fall down to your hands and knees. Water's just beating you. It's just flowing down.
Drink dinner, strong suit, mofo.
Blaylock, you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as a few rocks are freed up and get knocked off by the waterfall and just like right into your head, knocking you back down.
Not another rock. Oh.
So you guys can choose to crawl at a quarter speed or make an athletics to stand up.
Yeah, stand up.
What happens if we fail that?
We'll
Crawling.
see.
15.
Okay, so you're able to stand up, the water beating you, Scar, and you are able to fight back the water and proceed to the other side.
I'm gonna crawl.
Okay. So you crawl and crawl and crawl and Zormir, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try and stand up.
Athletics.
16.
Okay. You're able to stand up, continue moving forward, and you pop out the other side. You kind of step past Nemoria, pop out the other side next to Scar. Both of you breathing very heavily from this. And
Who would have thought there'd be a skills challenge from going under a waterfall?
No doubt.
who would have thought? I would have thought. Blaylock, crawling or standing up?
Am I still getting beaten down with water?
You're still on your hands and knees.
I'm still okay. I know, but is there water still cascading down
Oh yeah.
on me?
hmm
Crawling.
Okay. So
Crawl.
Nemoria and Blaylock, I need you both to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Ha. 23.
I thought it was gonna be a 1.
I should have rolled before you then, damn it. 5.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
Nemoria, you have 1 rank of exhaustion as you finally crawl out the other side. Just the constant water beating on you, and while you're crawling with all this heavy armor, when you get out the other side, you're just out of breath. Every muscle hurts. Blaylock, crawl or stand up. You're still far back.
I'm going to put my shield above me, and I'm going to try and stand up with a flash of genius, and I'm going to go with an athletics check.
Okay, go for it.
Nine.
With flash. Holy.
Why are we so bad at trials and tribulations?
That was a 3. I rolled a 3 and +1 modifier, so that's 9.
You go, boy.
I'm
Yep.
just utterly fascinated by what I hear. Okay.
I've got so many 20s coming my way right now with all these stinking 1s and 2s.
You take 6 points
Hopefully
of
one.
bludgeoning damage as you try to stand up and more rocks dislodge and hit you. Go ahead and roll again. Or roll or crawl.
Oh, I'm crawling. I'm done.
Okay, so roll Constitution saving throw.
5.
22.
Okay. So after time, out of the waterfall, the rest of you thought you might even lost Blaylock. And you'd been standing there for quite some time. Blaylock bursts out of the water, crawling on his hands and knees, a look of just wet minotaur, portions of blood running down his face, as he slowly comes to his feet.
Who hides behind a waterfall? Blast this.
All right. So you proceed forward past the waterfall, kind of taking care to dry off in the heat, and you traverse farther on the rocky terrain. And as night begins to fall,
Oh, I'm going over to Zormir and I'm shaking myself clean like a dog.
Why?
Don't shake too hard, you'll knock out those bows.
Yeah, all of my sweet-smelling perfume is now finally gone.
so you continue forward, and as night begins to fall, you see just in the distance a cave cut out in the stone, and there's a faint glow coming from the mouth of it. Sniffing into the air, the smell of fire wafts toward you as you get closer to the cave.
How far are we looking?
It's only maybe 30 feet in front of you at this point.
Zormir, I believe you and I should sneak up.
Oh, you want me to sneak with you now? Okay.
You don't take this lightly. We've already encountered, if this is Yorick, we've already encountered him once.
True. Alright.
You two, stay here, be on guard.
I suppose.
And I will start sneaking.
I'll sneak as well.
All right, roll it up.
Oh, I love this plus 11 for stealth.
Right? 23 for me.
24.
Awesome. You both feel stealthy.
Alright, let's head in.
Each take one side of the cavern.
Okay. Are you just looking in, or?
Yeah.
Inside, you see a very thin and gaunt creature covered in fur. Looks like he's hovering over some dinner of some sort. Covered in a thin leather loincloth. And the longer you look, he looks like a gnoll that has patches of fur missing.
You look familiar to you, sir?
Looks malnourished. Just want to observe for a little bit.
As you watch him for a while, he starts talking, and you don't see anyone else in the room, but he's definitely talking to someone else. It tastes so good, but I don't like it. Yes, but I like it. It's delicious.
We found Schmeagol. Should we go up and take him out? Really easy by the looks of it.
Bloodshed is not always the way.
I'm gonna give him this look of betrayal. Like, you always like bloodshed.
We're on a diplomatic mission. If this is a gnoll from that clan and we just outright kill it, what is that saying? Just have my back. I will speak to it in Infernal.
Okay. What do you say?
Seems you might want a better meal than that. I'll kind of make my presence known, just kind of in the shadow of the flame.
I'm gonna step back in a way that he can't see me.
Okay. He spins around. Wah, wah, wah! It's the gods! Oh, no! It's not the gods, you idiot! It's just another knoll. Come! Come inside! No, don't come inside. No, you stay there. No, come in! Come in! Stop. Come in.
We hear any of that outside?
You and Nemoria roll a perception. We'll see. You're pretty far back.
That I can do. Yeah, that's like it.
16.
24.
16 and 24.
Yeah.
Nemoria, you hear talking for sure.
I think we should maybe walk up just a little. I know he said not to go anywhere, but I just have a bad feeling. I think maybe we should walk a little bit closer to the front of the cave.
Caution. Try and be as stealthy as your metal implements will allow.
Do I see them coming?
You can roll perception.
Oh, I still actually okay. 11.
Nope.
Dang it.
I hear things that doesn't set well with me. So I'd like to get just a little bit closer, 15, 30 feet more, just to be able to hear what's going on.
All right, but caution.
Do I hear
Absolutely.
them?
You can roll a perception with advantage because of the hearing.
19.
Yeah, you hear 'em.
I kind
Here, like corduroy, just like rubbing together.
My loins are burning for you.
Put my hand behind me with the stopping motion.
You see Scar put up a very familiar symbol that caused some commotion recently.
Am I able to put two and two together?
Yeah.
Between...
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna look over at them, seeing what's going on with a very frightened look, and like, no.
Okay.
I'm gonna dart to the one side of the cave, and
I'm going to dart to. I heed the warning. I know what happened last time, and I don't
I'm
like the
waiting
look
for
on
an
his
arrow
face.
to come out. Yeah, if there's an arrow going to come out, like right where we were at.
So you guys kind of lay your body against the side of the rock here.
Yep, we're done.
And you know,
Why are you out here by yourself?
we've been out here a very long time.
You are not part of the Shadow Eye?
Don't tell him everything. I want to tell him everything. Obviously, he's from the village. Maybe he's going to invite us back. I don't think he's going to invite us back. He probably wants to eat us. No, he doesn't want to eat us. Shut up.
I will pull out some of the rations.
See,
Here.
you see his eyes get real big, runs over. Oh, you must be a friend. Definitely a friend. Must be a friend. Oh, that looks good. Come inside. Come inside.
I'll move in.
And he takes it and kind of huddles in the corner eating it. We haven't had stuff like this not a long time, not since the exile.
I know something about exile. What did they do?
Oh, I was exiled because look at me. Do I look like a fighting gnoll from the Shadow Eye? No, we aren't. We aren't.
Why haven't you gone back to...
Hi, we are Burn Patch, by the way.
Burn Patch?
Burn Patch. Yes, we are.
I am called Scar.
Scar? Where's your scar?
I kind of show the left eye.
Ooh, look, he's got a scar. I know, I saw that. He does have a scar. I saw that. I like it. It befits him.
Have you not tried to go to the Dew Clan?
Dewclaw? Dewclaw.
Dewclaw.
Aren't they're bad, right? I think they're bad. I don't know. If we say their name, are we allowed to say their name? Is that why we got exiled? I don't remember. It's been a long time. Maybe we said. I'm not sure. And you see, as he's talking, he keeps like rubbing his face and like pulling at the fur on himself and kind of ripping it out, and you see him just kind of dust it into the cavern as he pulls some out.
I'm gonna get this wrong. What was it? It was Patch and
Burr and Patch.
Burr and Patch. Alright. Do they normally exile you? Or exile gnolls from this clan?
Yeah, if they're weak. Like weak. They told me to turn to the stone and gain strength, and here we are. I told you, you don't have to tell him everything. You're going to get yourself in trouble, and then Longtooth is just going to kill us instead of letting us live out here in the cave.
Does he check on you often?
No, I haven't seen him. Yes, you have. No, I haven't. I haven't seen him. You might have seen him. I didn't see him.
How long have you been exiled?
Let's see. Many seasons. Just overcome.
Do you know any secret ways into the village?
Oh, it's a village. I can take you there. Strong gnoll like you. Yeah, we could take him there. Then we'd be accepted. No, we can. Would we be accepted? Longtooth would love to meet such strong gnoll like this. You travel alone?
Currently, I am by myself.
Currently, good, good. I can take you there. In the morning, of course. Much too dark. Don't want harpies to get you. Lots of harpies.
Oh,
And he-
there's lots of harpies, huh?
And he holds up a corpse of a harpy, and that's what he was eating before. Half cooked. You can see some feathers spread around.
Do they attack often?
They do. Terrible things. Terrible. I like to take them and crush their skull.
Well, you've survived this long by yourself.
Yes. And he kind of sets up. We think we have grown strong.
Okay. How does Longtooth deal with outsiders?
With Longtooth, it's all about how strong you are and how you can help.
Good to know. Well, in the morning then.
He jumps to the side. What was that? Patch, did you hear that? Yes, I heard something. Did the harpies come into my home? He's
What?
looking around toward the outside.
Well, if there's any harpies anywhere near here, there better be more careful. Say it loud enough. You wouldn't want any unexpected guests.
And what are you three doing?
So quiet back here. No. Nothing going on here. No reason to go shooting arrows back here.
Nope, we're just standing around waiting
Yep.
for a sign.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing with my dagger with a piece of leather and just kind of pointing the edge on it.
Okay. All right. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna make some hand gestures to Nemoria and start like going away from the cave. Just like
I see what he's trying to say, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably a good idea. I'm thinking to myself, yeah, we don't want to make Scar angry because arrows seem to go down range all too often.
And then I'm gonna sneak off past where we were before. Just still in sight of the cave, but like past earshot to my my Minotaur ears.
Okay. Scar?
So, we just wait until morning?
No, we can eat. I've got fresh harpy.
I am good, but thank you. Why don't you tell me about the village?
What do you want to know? You can't tell him everything. You can't be sure
Why
to
not?
trust him.
I'm a
yet.
fellow Knoll.
And he comes over to you and sniffs around, looking at you. He doesn't smell like Shadow Eye. Where are you from?
I travel alone. I am here because I heard that there were my fellow kin. You just happen to be the one I met.
Nobody travels alone. Not out this far. Too dangerous. I do think it's too dangerous.
You've been out here by yourself for a long time, so it can be done.
It can, but I'm born here. We know this area.
I am a survivalist. And I am careful.
He just keeps looking out of the cave.
Something
what?
bothering you, friend?
He says, shh. Begins walking toward the mouth of the cave.
I hear him walking.
Oh, yeah. You're watching the situation. You see him.
I'm going to slowly sneak back.
All right. He looks around.
Not sure you want to do that, friend.
You
never know what could be lurking out there.
Keep smelling something.
Well, I do have some more of these lovely rations.
I smell rotten meat. Yes, I do too. Is something rotten? Something killed near here?
The harpies may have gotten something.
Ooh. We should go find. Yes, we should. Come with us.
Why would you want rotten meat when I can give you fresh food?
Oh, but it tastes so good.
I'm going to take a piece of the meat out of my bag and put it on the ground and then keep retreating back.
Okay. So he steps outside a bit and eventually finds the piece of meat and looks all around, looks up into the sky, all around.
Do we see his shadow in the front of the cave?
Yeah, you see him step out.
All right, we duck down, or I duck down,
Okay.
and I'm going to motion for Nemoria to just get down.
I'm looking around like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, fine, whatever. I'm like whispering to him, what's going on?
Shh! Look at the cave. The cave.
Okay.
And he takes the meat and walks back inside, and he's just kind of holding it. It's flopping over in his hand. It smells terrible. And he goes up to you, Scar, and he starts just shaking it. It's just flopping in his hand, and little pieces of it are flicking all over in your face. We don't know where this comes from. Looks like harpies might have dropped it. I don't know. Maybe dropped it. He smells it. Does it smell familiar? Oh well, we'll eat it. And he takes it over, puts it in the fire, and starts cooking it. You can see it's, green, rancid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move back in a little bit closer once he enters the cave again.
Okay. Night begins to fall. It gets later into the evening. We are tired.
Yes. It seems like you have not had many visitors.
We don't remember having many. Do you remember someone coming? I don't remember someone coming. Was there that one guy? Nope, there wasn't that one guy. Nope, we don't know. We don't think so.
You've not seen any orcs come through here?
Oh, we haven't seen an orc in a long time.
I just sit quietly staring at him.
What way is everybody facing?
Toward the cave, I thought. Oh, there. You mean who you're talking about?
Oh, yeah, Scar and whatever this critter's name is.
They're facing each other there toward the back of the cave.
I'm gonna pull down
Are
my
they within-
goggles and start working on my on the dragon.
Are they within 70 feet of us?
70 feet. Yeah, I would say they are.
Kind of heard some low, because we were at the caves, kind of heard a little bit of things. So kind of sounded like Scar's getting perturbed. So I'm going to do a mind link with him. And I'm going to whisper to his subconscious that he needs to come forth with all his information.
I ignore him.
Okay, you send the message, but don't hear anything back. What do you want to do?
I'm just having casual conversation. I know I'm not going to get much out of this guy because he's fucking nuts.
So, is Scar looking out of the cave or looking in?
No, they're looking wall to wall. So
Okay.
they're not looking out the entrance.
There's no way I could get Scar's attention but not have the other thing see.
Could certainly try.
I'll give it a shot.
All right, how do you want to try?
Oh, good question. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and wave a little bit to try and catch the corner of Scar's eye.
All right. Scar, roll of perception. Just a single roll.
18.
You see just barely out of the corner of your eye these little fingers in the shadows kind of going up and down at the mouth of the cave.
Hmm.
I'm gonna make eye contact with him and motion like, you want me to sneak in and kill this thing?
I just shake my head no.
I'm
gonna,
gonna
like-
yell.
I'm gonna have my dagger and kind of like glint it, like, sure, it'd be real easy.
I'm gonna yell at him in my mind to see if I can get a reaction out of him. I'm talking to you. Answer me.
Okay. How do you respond?
I don't.
Okay.
No, I'm talking to the guy, the little thing, creature that Scar's talking to. I'm
Oh,
not talking to Scar.
You do need to be able to see him within 70 feet.
Right, that's why I was asking.
Yeah, you can't. Not worth.
Okay.
They're in the cave. Yeah.
Nope. Okay, never mind.
I'm just looking at Nemoria and playing with my dragon, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
Talking to myself. Nothing else to do out here in this lonesome woods while we are left to guard a tree.
Here, hold this sprocket
I will. Something to do.
right there. Put your finger right there. Just hold still.
Don't you ever get tired of messing with all this mechanical stuff?
Don't you ever get tired of not of talking?
Sometimes.
Just finger here. Stop.
Fine. Whatever.
Go ahead and roll intelligence to see how you're doing.
Who?
Okay. Now a flash of
Blaylock.
genius. Oh, look at that flash of genius. That's a 23.
It's me. I was holding it for you.
That must have been the assistance of Nemoria's finger.
What was it? Sorry.
23.
Okay. And this is on the little.
This is on Loyal. Yep, the
Yeah.
homunculus servant.
It will start working on it. Doing pretty well. So depending on how long you're out here.
Just keep just fiddling away.
All right. Scar, how do you want to proceed?
I'm just gonna wait for this thing to go to sleep.
Okay.
Can I see Scar?
No.
Damn.
They're back in the cave. You guys are pretty far back now.
Okay.
All right. He walks over to you and just keeps trying to push your head down. Sleep. Go sleep.
I'll kind of like go up against the wall of the cavern and pretend that I'm going to sleep.
He slowly kind of crawls. You just hear this crawling sound, and you feel something brush up against you as he pushes his back into you and kind of tries to snuggle his way into you to sleep.
I'll wait until I can make sure he's actually sleeping.
Okay. It's going to be a couple hours, so what are the rest of you doing?
right now I've got my goggles down. I'm trying to guide Nemoria and helping me fix Loyal.
Yep, I'm holding sprockets
Yep, here,
and leather.
Stretch this leather out a little bit. Yeah, hold it right there. There we go. Good. Hold it right.
You are a peculiar individual.
And you are not patient, so hold still.
Zormir,
I can see he's starting to fall asleep,
you see that they've laid down, yeah.
and they are facing away from me.
Probably facing the mouth of the cave, I would say, the way
Oh,
with their back toward the back of the cave, but as far as you can tell, seems like they're trying to go to sleep.
I'm gonna sneak a little bit further into the cave.
All right, roll stealth.
That is 23.
Okay, you feel pretty stealthy.
All right, I'm gonna walk into the mouth a little bit, kind of peek around, see if there's anything of note.
Okay. Scar, you can go ahead and roll your perception to see if you hear him coming in. Be pretty high. But...
Natural 20.
Oh my gosh.
You hear the soft footsteps. You can tell that he's being very quiet, like extremely quiet.
Pender just look in his direction.
You see Scar, eyes open. They're just following you.
Keep walking in because he's not getting his arrows out.
Okay. Where do you want to go?
I'm gonna hug the wall and just keep walking in with my slowly pulling my dagger out, and I'm gonna walk along the cave until I'm behind him.
Till you're behind Scar?
Behind does this guy have a name?
Yep, Burn Patch.
Burn patch.
Burn Patch. Right.
Burn
Uh,
patch.
Until I'm 2 burn patches back.
Well, that's where
I'm
Scar
not letting
is.
that happen.
Well, not like right against him, but so if he were to open his eyes, he wouldn't see me.
So Scar, you see Zormir creeping up on where you guys are sleeping. And he's pretty close at this point.
Yeah, I'm glaring at him and I'm glaring at the dagger. I'm going to gesture to put the dagger away.
I'm just gonna grin like, stabby.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna inch ever closer.
Again. Guess we're doing it again.
Okay, you get closer, Scar. He's within 5 feet of both of you.
Just whisper, don't.
Does it look like this thing has any belongings?
Not much more than what he has on him.
I'm gonna again look at Scar and just real quick, be over with.
Shake my head, no.
Well, I'm going to take a peek around just to see if I see anything that would be worth throwing into my bag.
There's literally nothing in here but bones and leftover scraps and feathers from creatures.
Well, I'm going to go back towards the entrance of the cave a little bit.
Okay.
Alright.
Just flaunting my stealth skills.
Scar, at this point, you're pretty certain knowing Knowles that Burn Patch is asleep.
All right, I'm gonna stealthily get up and pull my rope out of my bag.
All right. Roll stealth.
Reroll my stealth.
Yep.
Yeah. 18.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and tie him up.
Sleight of hand.
I thought you were gonna go and try and tie me up.
23.
All right. You're able to stealthily slide the rope between his hands and feet and get some knots tied around him.
Alright, I'm gonna stealth outside the cavern.
Okay. So you stealth out there. You can see Zormir out there.
We are not killing him.
Nice. He's just a drifter. It'd be fun, easy.
Some could say the same of you.
I'd like to see you try, big guy.
Yeah. I know you would. Let's go talk to the others.
Do we know where they are?
Oh, it's
They're-
evident. It's
Yeah.
evident.
Okay.
All you have to do is like walk to the outside of the cave, and you can start hearing us. Now hold still. See, we've almost got it.
I'm
See, he's almost done.
trying. Will you stop yelling at me?
Oh, I'm not yelling at you. Just hold still.
Well,
R-
I'm
right
trying, but you
there,
keep
just-
pushing.
The last piece of leather, right?
It won't stand still.
It's
You
almost
do
there.
realize if I can hear you, others can hear you as well.
Good. Come
Well-
over here. I'm almost done.
I'm trying.
Mm.
Scar, if you wouldn't have left us here, I wouldn't have to be working with him.
It's not that bad.
Moria,
Look at
learn
this
patience.
sense of accomplishment. Look at this.
There are harpies around. Keep your voices down.
Harpies.
Harpies.
Hmm.
Let him.
I
I'm
don't
itching
think
for a
he's
fight.
talking. I don't think he's talking about you.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I have a beard. I can kill him with my beard.
Hmm.
Oh my god. The Huntress is gonna need to give me much patience with you.
I'm just bored.
Deal with it. This poor soul was exiled. His mind shattered.
Yeah, we should just put him out of his misery.
Really, Zormir? Again? Maybe I should just put you out of your misery. You hate this fucking world anyway. How would that go?
I don't think I'm in misery.
Really?
Stop arguing. What did you find out? We've been out here for hours waiting on you.
Well, there's a reason for that. I was trying to get information. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be talking to a bunch of outsiders. At least me being a Knoll got me some information. But you know, who am I to say anything? I've only been on my own for so long, and when I tell you to stand back and not make any noise, maybe you should do that. This is twice now that I've had to come into confrontation with you because you could not stand still.
I heard something. I was concerned. I'm sorry. I did not want something to happen to you guys, and I wanted to be ready for you.
I told you to stand at the ready. Do you not think that if something had happened, I am not competent enough to let you know?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm I'm new to this group. I'm just wanting to make sure everybody's okay.
Did just run off on us that one time.
Yeah. Left us in a tumbling rock fall.
You know why.
I do. And I apologize. That wasn't right. You didn't know better.
I am trying to not cause as much bloodshed as I possibly can. I have done that in the past, and it has not gotten me very far. I am trying to be different. You, and I look at Zoramir, are making it very difficult for me. I do not think you realize how easy it is for me to just turn. I hold back this madness as best I can.
I can run fast.
Obviously, that's why I ran faster out of the cavern.
You are
Petty
like
fighting
children.
that we keep doing is ridiculous. Put some trust in my decisions. I am not going to put you into danger on purpose.
There is sense in that.
Well, did we get some good information from him?
They don't like dealing with outsiders. It's the strongest survive. There is no hidden paths into the village. He was going to take me in the morning, but the plan was to tie him up. I just needed him to trust me enough to go to sleep. He is of two minds, one of which is very helpful, the other very distrusting. Keeping him with us would not do well, but I do not feel that killing him would help out the situation. He did tell me that there are harpies flying around here. They are not something to be trifled with. We need to be very careful. I am the first person that he has seen in some time, apparently. I suggest we move on as quietly as possible.
Means he could tip other people off in the area to our presence. Just saying,
That's
loose
why I
ends
tied him up.
doesn't stop him from talking.
It doesn't. But if nobody's come out here, he can flap his lips all he wants.
Small hole sinks a ship.
Zoramir, if you want to go and kill that helpless creature, by all means, I'm not going to stop you. But do not think that by doing something like that, that if you are in any kind of danger, that I have any inkling to help.
I stepped back and seriously contemplated for a second, but then decided against it.
Okay.
I
Zoramir.
suggest we move on as quietly as possible.
He may be valuable to us later. Killing
I
him now
suppose.
is not worthwhile, not when there's potential. Scar, you have to speak, Zoramir. Value. It's about value. Let's can move on if we can.
Yes, we must keep going.
I think I'm almost done here anyway.
Good. My fingers are bleeding from holding your stuff.
Oh, stop whining.
I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on all of us when we begin to move forward.
Okay. Everyone roll stealth.
That is a +10 to your stealth.
Plus 10.
Plus 10 to the stealth.
Yeah. You still get disadvantage, but you get +10 to it.
39.
Holy shit. I have to take the lower of the two, right?
Yep.
It's plus what?
10.
And
17.
Wow.
24 for Scar.
Okay.
and 21 from Blaylock.
Okay. So you all feel stealthy as you proceed forward.
I don't know. I am stealth.
Yeah. You are one with the night.
Mm. So, question: the whole time I was sitting there, we had waited for hours. Did I get rid of an exhaustion?
Nope. Takes a long rest.
And
Okay.
food.
I probably could have got rid of it if somebody wouldn't have me holding trinkets and leather and gizmos.
You'll
How long
be
do you think?
fine.
How long would you say that all lasted?
With the
Several hours.
probably 4 or 5 hours. It's
Okay.
night.
All right. And according to the map, how far are we from our destination?
Probably half day.
Okay. I suggest we do camp, no fire.
Smart.
I'm fine with that. I'm tired.
Because you flap your jaws as much as you do walking around.
You know, just trying to be logical.
We sleep with our new friend. It's like a nice cave.
We're past that.
What's that?
We're already past that.
Oh. Never mind then. Silly idea.
All right. How far do you want to go away from the cave before camping?
Well, if it's half a day travel to the village, I don't know, a couple miles, I guess.
Okay. It's another couple hours worth of travel. All right. So you travel out for a couple hours and make camp without a fire. Who's keeping watch?
I'll take the first one.
Who's
I
taking?
am going to sleep.
Take second.
I am extremely tired.
All right. Scar, roll your perception for the camp.
17.
I'm gonna try and set up my alarm system again.
Okay. So Scar, you don't see anything suspicious going on, just regular night sounds. You hear harpies screech in the distance, but none come near the camp. You notify Zormir that you're going to lay down, and Zormir, if you're
There
gonna set
are
up your
harpies
trap-
in the area.
So is this considered a long rest?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and eat.
Be on your guard. I did hear harpies. Did I get a direction?
just generally.
Heads up. I'll keep my crossbow at the ready.
All right. Are you setting up a trap?
Yeah, setting up my alarm.
Okay. Roll your survival.
All right. 19 plus 1 is 20.
All right. you feel like you've done a pretty good job. If something gets near the camp, it'll wake everyone up. Roll your perception.
Another 19. 26.
All right. You hear nothing, see nothing for the rest of the night. Morning breaks and everyone starts waking up. As you look to the road to continue deeper into the teeth. And that's where we're going to end tonight. So, right on the nose.
Perfect.
Thank you all that watched. We appreciate you, the new followers and everybody that came by tonight. If you missed some episodes and curious kind of where the story is at and where it's coming from, we are on YouTube at 7D Dungeons. You can look us up. We put all our recordings up there. And then we stream live every Monday at 7 o'clock right here on the Mixer channel.
More blood next week.
Yeah.
Bloodshed.
It's going to get crazy next week for sure. So everybody take care and talk to you on Twitter and all those places too. So thanks for stopping by.